fucking degenerate.
Get that?
What up guys, you're very welcome to another episode of Degenerate Watch. In today's video we're taking a little trip to Burlington, Vermont to the post office and courthouse to see what Accountability for All has been up to. Himself and a group of other auditors decided to go down to the courthouse and post office, and no sooner were they in the door but there was an incident caused. We're not going to look at the incident straight away because I want you to see it from the point of view of the police officers that came. Now, the auditors or frauditors themselves call the police, so they're going to give the police the spiel about what happened. And I don't think it's very much touching on the truth. So we're going to jump into the video at the point of when the police are arriving. This is part of the live stream he did, because obviously he had to hop on the live stream as soon as this crime of the century was committed against him right in the entrance of this post office and courthouse. So that's where we're going to jump in. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. If you want to stay updated on future videos here on Degenerate Watch, please subscribe. And once again, thanks very much for watching.
Hi officers, I called you guys.
Okay, what's going on?
So we came in through this entrance. Upon entering here, we did already understand that this is under CFR, this is okay to record. We can't have any devices beyond that point.
Yep.
This officer identified, but he's under citizen's arrest. I've already read him his rights. This gentleman back there immediately came beyond the metal detector and started giving us directives. We're not allowed to film. At that point, he came chest to chest with him, like chest bumped him, like made contact.
At the end of the video, I'll show their full entrance so you can get a context of how quickly this all went down. But they're alleging that there was an assault after taking place here. So let's take a little look at the incident and we'll try to work out if there was an actual assault here. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now.
Is it no filming?
You can't film in the
Sorry,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't-
the Bill of
well,
Rights
It
actually
actually
gives
gives me the authority to film.
Don't.
Okay.
So we're trying to. Are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
No, I'm no expert in chest bumping, but I don't think that qualifies as a chest bump or contact. I think someone is starting to twist the truth here.
Pushing him physically out the door. I have video evidence of it all. Right now, you guys are live. So we've placed him under arrest for assault and battery and disorderly conduct.
Hey, can you guys step outside and talk?
Yeah, we can step outside to talk.
Yep.
Only because I don't want to block other citizens from coming in.
Oh, how considerate of you.
What just
What
happened?
brings you to the courthouse, I guess, would be my first question.
Okay, so that's a question I don't have to answer. Okay, this is a public building.
Well, if you want me to investigate whatever allegedly happened here, you're going to have to answer some sort of questions.
Okay, so is this is a public building, correct?
It's a
So we're
federal
independent.
courthouse.
We're independent
It's federal
journalists.
codes.
We're independent journalists
Right, yeah.
working on a story.
Do you ever notice that these frauditors always use the same line? We're independent journalists working on a story. Yet when you go onto any of their accounts, it's all just, audits and getting reactions and stirring up trouble. So they're never working on a story. Like, the story is what's happening right now. So there's another lie we can add to the bucket of lies there.
Yep.
So we came in through this entrance, which is legal for us to record per their CFR. So when we did, that's when he was assaulted in a public place where there are no filming restrictions for conducting a constitutionally protected activity. So now he's under citizen's arrest.
Well, you may feel that he's under arrest. He's not under arrest.
Oh, he's not. Why is that?
Because I'm not going to arrest anybody until I conduct an investigation.
Oh, well, then that's acceptable.
Right.
All right,
So I'm
fine.
going to talk to them about whatever his side of the story. So there's obviously two sides of the story.
Yeah,
This
you know what?
gentleman's here, everybody else-
Camera doesn't. He actually was not here. The only gentlemen that were here was this CFO and the other officer, but cameras don't lie. Maybe this guy does, but thank God for video proof. Is it no filming?
You can't film in the
Sorry,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't-
the Bill of
don't-
Rights
It actually
actually
gives me the authority to film.
Don't.
Okay.
So we're trying to. Are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
He's 100% correct there. The camera is the independent witness, the witness that doesn't lie, that sees everything. And it's just shown that they're blatant liars. So thank God for video evidence.
I know you said you don't want to answer the question, but what was your purpose of entering the courthouse?
So I just said we don't have to. First of all, we don't have to answer questions. Secondly, I told you we're independent journalists working on a story. We were in the door, and all of a sudden he's physically assaulting him.
Okay.
Is it no
Guys,
filming?
You can't film in the
Sir,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't- well,
The Bill of
don't-
Rights
Actually
actually
gives me the authority to film.
Don't.
Okay.
Please. So we're trying to. Are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
Is there something I'm not seeing here? Because I can't pick out when this assault happened.
That the way that he reacted may have been, for one, why he's.
And then he shouldn't be working security. If that's what he. And you know what? You know what's even more so to say? He said he knew who we were and why we were there.
Okay. Well,
A group of grown men walk into the lobby of a courthouse with cameras brandished. I'm pretty sure, if unless he's living under a rock for the last couple of years, I think he knows what you're there for. Stir up trouble. So, yeah. And you also have a YouTube channel, so he might have seen you.
I'm gonna go back in here and film this because we haven't been trespassed.
does anybody have IDs that they'd like to provide?
I don't need to. We'll let you figure. I mean, did you ask him for his ID? No, you haven't. All right, let's figure out who's the criminal here. Thank you.
So Sherlock Holmes heads back inside now to crack this crime of the century.
You guys want to give us IDs?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what he's talking about. We don't know who you are. We can't investigate.
Okay. Have you identified that gentleman?
You're the victim here. We try to identify you first.
Okay. Well, you have the assailant.
Listen. So just so we're clear, I don't think there's going to be any issue identifying anybody that works here. They're all federal employees, and I'm sure they're all going to cooperate with this investigation.
Keeps rattling on about identifying this guy. If you could just give the police the information they're looking for, then they could start investigating this, stop wasting time and realise this is a non-event, and leave, and stop wasting resources.
So he will identify only for the purposes of being able to charge this
It's not a
individual.
guarantee just because they identify
Right.
it's a charge, though. That's just somewhere where we start. We have
So
to start with.
it's on us to bring charges. It's on the state. So
All right, well, you guys do your investigation, and then we'll let you know how you're doing.
Okay. Well, that's not going to. I mean, whether your opinion is not going to dictate my decision.
Who does he think he is? Like the commissioner of police or something like that? Oh, we'll let you know how you're doing. Just shut up, like, and let him get on with his job, like, so they can get out of there.
Look at the Bill of Rights. You guys just sworn to defend that. It says right here that we can film, and if it didn't, I'd film anyway. You know what the first thing I said to him was? Is this, I said, oh, this is in the post office? Is this the entrance to the post office? And then he came around and assaulted it.
Can you describe what was the assault?
Is it no
Guys,
filming?
You can't film in the
Sir,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't- well,
The Bill of
don't-
Rights
Actually gives me the authority to film.
Don't,
Okay.
please. So we're trying to, are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
First of all, who was assaulted?
Well, we don't know. He was assaulted.
So he came up to me and put his whole chest and put his hands on me and tried to push directly towards there.
Is it no
Guys,
filming?
You can't film in the
Sir,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't- well,
The Bill of
don't-
Rights
Actually gives me the authority to film.
Don't,
Okay.
please. So we're trying to, are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
It's really embarrassing how a group of grown men are going to stand there and falsely accuse someone of assaulting them when nothing happened at all. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, did it hurt?
Okay.
Does it matter if they hurt?
It's part of the statute.
Assault doesn't.
Assault, listen, maybe you don't find battery, but assault is the physical intimidation
two
factor.
things. Either for
battery
assault.
is-
Okay, let me explain the law to you as it pertains to Vermont for an assault. Either cause pain, or you're in fear for that if something didn't change, you're going to be assaulted enough where you.
Oh, of course you're in fear. We called you guys.
What a hypocritical statement that is, because these are the very people that when the police show up somewhere and ask them to stop filming or whatever the situation, they're like, oh no, I'm doing this for my safety because you're a bunch of tyrants and you do this, that and the other to people, and we're afraid of you and we're in fear now because you're here. Yet they pick and choose when they want the police, when it suits them, obviously.
Okay, but you didn't remove yourself from the situation, so you obviously weren't that scared. You still stayed.
I had a criminal apprehended. Just because he's scared to death of my camera doesn't mean I'm scared to death of him. If I had to, I would have physically restrained him.
Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
So with that logic, then he wasn't in any fear, because if he was going to physically restrain someone, then you're not going to restrain someone you're in fear of. You're going to try to get away from them.
Who are you to tell him? If someone comes up to you and says, hey, I got raped. Who are you to tell them, well, hey, listen, we don't know if it actually counts as rape. Maybe you weren't hurt enough. This guy was assaulted. Who are you to tell him how he feels?
I can't believe he's attempting to compare what happened here to a rape. It's not the same thing. And second of all, the officer's not trying to tell anybody how they feel about anything or if something should hurt or whatever. He's trying to establish whether an actual assault happened here, which is the whole point of you calling them there.
So there's different aspects that need to be met for a crime to...
It meets assault. He was put in fear of imminent danger.
Imminent danger of what? Of being directed towards the post office like you asked? Just to be fair, I think we need to examine this clip again just to make sure that we just haven't missed this assault, because they're dead sure that it happened. So let's take another look.
Is it no filming?
You can't film in the
Sir,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't-
The Bill of
don't-
Rights
Actually gives me the authority to film.
Don't,
Okay.
please. So we're trying to, are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
This is an absolute shit show. You can see the guy smiling as the security guard walks by him, so he wasn't in any fear for his life at all. I just can't get over how ridiculous they are, and when the police see the video, they're going to be like, are you guys actually serious?
But
Why
he still stood here while that was happening.
Because he's on film and we called the police, and at this point I already told this guy he was under arrest, and if they put our hands on us, I would have dropped them.
Whoa, what?
You know what we got? Why don't you grab the complaint forms? We already got them. We knew that this was going to happen, so I brought them with me. And you know how many I brought? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My God, it's as if you went down there looking for a reaction.
If you want a supervisor, come down here.
Yeah, let's get a supervisor, man.
Perfect.
Awesome.
394-226.
Tyrants received.
Oh, very good, he made a joke. He's very jovial, isn't he, for someone that just witnessed a horrific assault?
So our first point of contact, what's that CFO's name? The one that we have the issue with?
He works for the Marshal Service.
Okay, can you give me his name, please?
When I see a complaint filed, I will give his
Well, I can't file a complaint without his name, so can I have his name, please?
file a complaint and I'll do an
Yeah.
investigation.
I love this guy here. He's finding it hard to keep a straight face. He just wants rid of these lads out of the lobby.
He physically made contact and then forcibly impeded his progress.
Roll that clip there again.
Is it no filming?
You can't film in the
Sir,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't-
The
well,
Bill of
don't-
Rights
Actually
also-
gives me the authority to film.
Don't,
Okay.
please. So we're trying to, are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
Violated his Fourth Amendment right. It's not just a violation of search and seizure. He has the right to maintain progress without that progress being impeded, unless he's under suspicion of a crime, which he was not.
Impeded his progress to where? To the secure area behind the barrier where he's not supposed to be?
So that contact was completely illegal. Now we call the Burlington, Vermont police.
I had to leave that little bit in there. I thought that guy flying out through the door there was a heavy from the back coming out to shut him down.
And you know what? We could be in there filming, buying a stamp, and getting out of here. This CFO, he was actually the only person that did the right thing. Excuse me, CFO, could you tell me the name of the gentleman that was back there? Here's the testing ground.
to my supervisor. Sure.
Oh, nice shutdown there. Completely shut down that conversation.
So you still wanna invoke your right to remain silent, which you lost when you punched in?
The office is now closed. You have to step out of the door.
Haha, yes, this guy's the hero of the day.
It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I've reported a crime.
We can speak on the outside.
Outside.
Am I being trespassed?
You will be.
I will be. Well, to trespass me.
Patron v. City of Petersburg, you can't trespass from a governmental property
Isn't he lucky he brought Larry Lawsuit with him?
because it's us.
Can you just step outside when you
So I will wait till you provide me a trespass
It's
notice.
after 5.
How our supervisor coming to? You want to talk to him? It's
Yeah, I'm gonna
outside.
wait until you provide me a handwritten trespass notice, and then I'll be glad to leave the
It's 5 o'clock,
property.
the building is closed.
Okay, well, there was a crime committed
No,
here.
that's close to
Yeah, we can talk
It'll
about
be
outside.
investigated.
All right, well, you know what, man? We'll make it easy for you. Just provide me with a trespass notice. I'll be glad to
No
leave
problem. These
peaceably.
gentlemen right here will
All
get
right.
you.
Well, they can't solicit a
So I
trespass
come back
notice.
here tomorrow morning, 542 U.S.
They can't-
1983 against you and you and you and you.
Just calm down there, Larry. Calm down.
They can't solicit a
The
trespass
building is
for
now
you.
closed.
And we can't be trespassed without committing a crime. So what
The
crime have we
building is now
committed?
closed. You have to.
Well, I placed a citizen under arrest. I have to maintain that arrest.
Have to maintain my arrest. I think all these auditor guys are just guys that couldn't make the police academy, and now they just hate cops because they just couldn't be cops themselves. Because that seems to be it. They know all the laws. They love being around cops. I just think they wanted to be cops, and it just never happened.
So you've been asked several times to leave, and now you are trespassing. Okay.
Oh, so you're accepting a verbal trespass. That's a lawful command to leave.
Yes.
So that's what a lawful command looks like. Maybe you have no idea how to fucking give them.
Can you just come out and wait for the supervisor, please, so we can...
What time you got? What time you got?
It's fine.
I thought you needed to be trespassed before you'd leave. Oh, but you're outside now. And then they tried to get petty. Oh, what time you got? What time you got? As if it was 2 minutes till they were going to storm back in and say, it's not 5 o'clock yet.
That's fine. What are you doing on here, man? The criminal's inside.
You called me here, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but the criminal, I mean, I pretty much told you.
And I know you don't
on
want to
film,
me, so now
he was assaulted. He was assaulted. The criminal's in there. What the fuck is the matter with you right now, bro?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just like, this is not for like entertainment. Like, this is specifically, I'm asking you, and thank you for your service, but what the hell are you doing? The Constitution was defiled and violated in front of the goddamn Bill of Rights.
He should write fiction because he can come up with these great extravagant stories. The Constitution was defiled. There was no defilement of anything going on in there except the truth.
Legitimate reason to be in there, or are you just here?
I don't need a legitimate reason to be in the people's building.
Are you here just to stir up issues?
No, we're here to find pieces of shit like you.
This officer knows exactly what's going on. They are only there to stir up issues. And calling them a piece of shit like that, you've called these people here to help you, and now you're going to insult them, and you expect help. So obviously they're not going to be too friendly with you. And will you make up your mind what you're there for? You're there working on a story, you were going to get a stamp at the post office. You're just there to film. You're there to find pieces of shit. Like, what is it? Like, it's just there to get a reaction as usual. No reason to be there. Like, why can't all you grown men go find something better to do with your time instead of harass people at work?
What makes me a piece of shit?
Because maybe it was when you left the military, or I don't know when it happened, but eventually you stopped defending that Constitution. Let me ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I know, you know the First Amendment, you know the Second Amendment. You know what the Third Amendment is?
Why don't we gotta play this game?
It's not a game. I'm asking for a specific reason. If you don't know, you can say it. That's fine.
Why don't you tell me?
Third Amendment is you don't have to house soldiers, enemy soldiers, in a time of peace, right? I'm being forced.
How's that relevant here?
I'm being forced to quarter with enemy combatants.
Just when you thought his imagination couldn't get any more vivid, he comes out with a statement like that. I'm being forced to quarter with enemy combatants. A guy walked out from behind a security barrier and nothing happened. Like, nobody quartered with anyone. What the hell are you talking about? It's just delusion with these people, really, it is.
You're not doing anything about it. Do you know what the Fourth Amendment is?
Unlawful search and seizure, yeah.
The Fifth.
You don't have to incriminate yourself.
Sixth?
I don't know.
Seventh? You swore to defend the Constitution. You don't even know what it is.
I think part of the issue here with investigating this whole thing is since we've gotten here and we've been like 1 minute in, you've been yelling at us.
No, I haven't. Video doesn't lie, and you get 400 people that are going to tell you you're full of shit if you want to continue that narrative.
And anyone that sees your video of the incident or this video will know that you're full of shit.
When you came, we were upset. We explained what happened, and then all you were concerned about is IDing him. Where's this guy? He's under arrest. So until you investigate and you decide that his arrest, that you're not accepting his arrest, which you can't do until you conduct an investigation.
Get a word in edgewise.
Keep on your toes. Put toes, that is. Put the fast ones get right by you. Keep your ears open. Yappity, yappity, yap. I can't get a word in edgeways. Talk, talk, talk. But no wonder you're not sharp. You got always listen.
Okay, let's see what the word is.
Right, so I've been doing this for a few years now, and every time that I show up, I talk to the complainant and identify the complainant, and I figure out what's going on. You haven't answered any of the questions that I've asked yet.
So if you see me get punched in the face and the assailant's running away, you're going to come talk to me first before you catch the bad guy?
No, because he'd have actually witnessed the assault right in front of his eyes. He'd know a crime was committed, and he would go after the perpetrator.
You refuse to provide a statement and tell me what happened.
We told you, he'll provide his identification for the purposes of obtaining this criminal.
I'm just telling you, I think that's why.
Well, now we're dealing with a supervisor because your main concern was trying to figure out, like, I'm just blown away with you. I can't even speak to you.
He doesn't even want to identify himself. He still hasn't identified himself.
Because now we're waiting for your supervisor. Okay. You're first, like, he's under arrest. You guys haven't conducted an investigation yet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, like I said, the
What's
first
that? Terry v. Ohio?
Okay.
Terry v. Ohio, guys.
I mean, we can leave if you want us to. We'll wait for the supervisor.
Oh, no, I say Terry v. Ohio. We all want to get the hell out of here.
Whoever that is saying Terry v. Ohio hasn't a clue what they're talking about, because that has to do with Terry stops. And I'm going to leave a link in the description to a video on Quimbee that explains Terry v. Ohio in a nice little quick video. But this has nothing to do with it. They call the police here to report an assault, and the police need to ascertain who the people involved are. That's why they're asking questions. That's why they're asking why you were there. They're trying to ascertain the sequence of events that led to this.
500 people watching.
That's fine. There could be
Guys.
a million people watching. I'm not the supervisor here, and this isn't.
I would never want to interfere with operations.
Like I said.
Do not call the Burlington Police Department in Vermont. I wouldn't want to interfere with operations. So, in front of an officer on body cam, I'm saying to not
You
call.
got a phone right there. Look it up.
Do not call.
Oh, you say that, but you know what all the comms on the live stream are going to do? They're going to call the Burlington Police Department. But now the supervisor is going to arrive and we'll see what he says to him.
What's going on?
So we came here,
Yep.
and before we did, we checked the court rules, CFR, stuff like that. So we walked in this entrance, actually not sure that it was the post office, because we parked down there.
Right.
So as soon as, and I'm saying as soon as we stepped in the door, the unidentified assailant comes I guess the word, I wouldn't say running, but he comes barreling from through the metal detector, and at that point he tells us that we're not allowed to film. He gets chest to chest with him, chest bumps him.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not the film. You want to go?
Don't- well,
Bill of
don't-
Rights
Actually,
actually.
gives me the
Forcibly removes him. Okay.
Actually gives me the authority to film.
Don't. So we're trying.
I don't know how many times I have to play this clip, but there was no assault, nobody was forcibly removed. They're such absolute liars.
Beyond the security checkpoint, we are not allowed to film, except if we have a press meeting and we prearrange that. But the CFR even confirms the Constitution, saying that in that public lobby, we can film. So not only did he violate his First Amendment right, he violated his Fourth Amendment right because he impeded his progress. He has the ability to pursue happiness and to have his travel not restricted, which it was. So I placed him under citizen's arrest. The officers arrived, they asked for ID. At that point, we did not want to give identification because our main concern is that this guy's under arrest right now and he's just physically assaulted somebody. The main thing that they're sticking on is why we're conducting a constitutionally protected activity in a public building. When there's someone in there that just committed assault on 4 different frames of film, and now you have 500 people watching, and I got 30,000 subscribers. I think this is absolutely ridiculous.
I tell you what's absolutely ridiculous is a bunch of grown men with nothing else better to do with their day than to go down there and start stirring up trouble and making up lies about people. It's just pathetic at this stage, and when they actually see the footage and see that nothing happened, like, it's just embarrassing. Like, I don't know why they're continuing this line of, oh, we were assaulted, nothing happened. Like, there's like little bitches whinging in there.
Is your concern why we're filming in a public building? It doesn't seem to be a concern to you.
It is a concern because
It
you got
is.
to make sure you're doing it the right way.
You need to make sure I'm exercising my rights the right way when someone in there just assaulted an unarmed citizen.
Well, it goes both ways.
People phrase things differently. And if you had half a brain cell in your head, you'd realise that he's not telling you have to exercise your rights a certain way. He's just saying that you have to be within the law while exercising your rights, that you're not breaking any other laws while doing it.
You know,
How so? It's a public lobby.
There's 2 different things going on here. Obviously, the push out and stuff like that, you know, and the filming is a different thing. There's two different aspects going on here.
But it's the same as if he came out here and just assaulted him for filming the building. He can't do it. Listen, absent of the Constitution, let's just pretend that doesn't exist.
We're not going there because we don't have any authority over that. That's the federals. All
right, so we'll wait until he leaves and then I'll apprehend him.
No, we're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
He loves to mouth off like he'd actually do something, but he knows he can't do that.
Because I said we'll deal with the assault part.
Okay, excellent. As long as that's
the
happening.
filming part we're not dealing with.
Okay,
because that's federal.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I will take up that issue with them as far as any civil rights violations. The assault will take it up with you. So I appreciate if you guys continue.
Okay,
Could you stay here and overview the investigation? Perfect.
We need to get a statement from you.
So go ahead.
You know, with
Absolutely.
that.
And I would never want to interfere with police business or emergency lines. So I'm asking everyone to not call. Do not call the Burlington, Vermont Police Department. Again, do not call the Burlington, Vermont Police Department on Officer Sellers and Officer Brom. Do not do that. Thank you. Do not do that.
And I'll say it again. That's just basically inviting people to call up, and you're naming the 2 officers as well for no reason, but that's just because you want people to call up. It's ridiculous.
Holy smokes. Burlington, Vermont was a pass. And you know what? I don't need the complaint forms. We got a couple in the car. Actually, no, I have public records requests. So you know what? I'm going to use those public records requests to see how many issues of excessive force. And I'm going to get the names, I'm going to get the salaries, addresses, all that stuff on these officers here.
What, is he threatening to dox these officers or what? Like, why does he need all that information to publish online so people can arrest him? And still you want these people to help you with your assault allegation here that you're making.
Holy smokes. I bet they thought when they were violating people's rights today, they weren't doing it with a channel that has a viewing.
They really just don't have a brain cell between any of them, do they? Or where to flex the channel, but I don't think they really care, to be quite honest with you.
I appreciate the suggestion saying you need to calm down just a bit, but here's the thing. These are our rights. If we don't use them, we lose them. Okay?
Whoever that is in the live stream telling them to calm down is a very smart person, but they should really be telling them to go home. He says about using your rights or you lose them, but what they really do is abuse their rights.
City council meeting tonight, and there'll be a bunch of police talking about the police department and how things are worked in there. And there's a couple of other protests going on, so you're welcome to go down to City Hall and be part of the city council meeting tonight if you feel like you need to voice in the public forum of anything, any complaints or anything you have about us or the way that things are run in the community, because that's what that.
It's not.
I had to leave that little piece in because I thought it was very professional of the officer to go and tell him about the council meeting. And if you did have an interest in policing and voicing your opinions on policing and what's going on in the city, you would attend that meeting, but I don't think any of these people would have any interest in going to that because the meeting's not about how to get a reaction.
He knew who we were, which means one of two things. He's violating my civil rights because we were targeted, or...
How does he know who you were? Have you been here before?
No, I haven't been here before, but our channel...
I don't know you guys either.
Which is understandable. Our channel is very known to law enforcement.
I think you answered your own question there. He obviously knows who you are, either because he's seen you on YouTube or when a bunch of men come in through the door brandishing cameras in the middle of the day, he knows what's going on.
This is the type of stuff we do.
What is your channel? I don't know.
Accountability for all. We do First Amendment audits. So sometimes...
Sorry, I've never heard of it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I asked him, I said, have you seen our stuff? Do you know who we are? I said, oh yeah, I know who you guys are. I mean, so it's either are we targeted?
If your video's up on YouTube for the whole public to see, then how can you possibly say you were targeted if you walk in through a door and somebody recognises you and knows who you are? Stupid.
I mean, I was literally gonna I was gonna physically attack him and place him under arrest.
No, don't do that. It's gonna get yourself in more trouble.
Boy's got a mouth like a cannon, always shooting it off.
I mean, it wouldn't though.
It would.
I'm defending his inalienable rights. As a citizen, it is my duty. I am breaking the law if I do not assist him.
There's a brain dead mentality like that that's going to end up getting somebody hurt. Oh, I'm allowed to assault somebody because I think he's been wronged by someone, so I'm going to be, judge, jury and executioner. It doesn't work like that.
Huh?
Give a shot of the two of them in the camera.
Because I have the shot when he's right, where his belly's right in front of me.
Yep.
Another angle.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to disconnect the live feed. I apologize.
Well, there you have it, folks. They cut off the live stream there, obviously to show the officers the footage that they have of this alleged assault. But it just goes to show that you can't trust these auditors. It just blows my mind how they can just make up lies like that and just stand there steadfast, thinking that they're actually going to get this man arrested for an assault that never even happened. So now, as promised at the start of the video, we're going to take a look at the initial entrance and we look at how quickly things escalated from a simple walking through the door to, oh God, he's assaulting me.
Find out. Oh. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is is this the post office?
Can't film it here.
Oh, it's over here? Okay. So where is it? No filming?
You can't film in the
Sir,
building.
I'm reading the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is not to film. You want to go?
Don't-
Bill of Rights actually gives me the authority to film.
Don't.
Okay.
So we're trying to. Are you the supervisor, sir?
Come on.
So is the no filming allowed inside, like whatever this area is?
This way, guys.
Is there a sign that posts that somewhere?
You're not that ignorant. It's right there. Your buddy's got it.
Yeah, look at of the press and of the regular people. It says it right there, so I don't know why you prevented me from doing it.
So it does say, attention visitors, no electronic devices inside the lobby.
So there you see how quickly that happened. Now, let me just say this. When they walk in and ask about the post office, the guy that's actually coming out to stop them filming points them in the direction of the post office. He even says, you're not that ignorant, it's in there, while pointing into the post office. So it's blatantly obvious to see that they were just in there to look for a reaction. And then right at the end, it's a golden moment when he points out the fact that it says on the sign that there's no electronic recording in the lobby. Now you can say that they're allowed film in the lobby, but a judge can actually make an order to disallow that in certain circumstances. So for all we know, there could be a judge's order that doesn't allow filming in the lobby there. So there you have it, folks. Accountability for all has been held accountable for his lies. I really hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please drop a like. Please subscribe to stay updated on future videos here on Degenerate Watch. And have a really great day. Thanks for watching. Peace out, degenerates.